The Chiefs host the Bills on Sunday in a game that has significant playoff implications for both teams. At 6-6, the Bills still on the hunt for a wild card spot, but their chance to make the playoffs would fall to 8% if they lose. This really matters for them. As for the Chiefs, a loss would significantly hurt their chance to earn the top seed in the AFC. And you think about how important that is when it comes to home field advantage and all of those things that matter so much when it comes to playoff time. So let's talk about the game. Dan, who needs to step up for this Bills defense to help limit Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs?
Marcus, honest question, answer this one. Kansas City's offensive flaw is where?
Offensive tackles.
Okay, then Greg Rousseau, it's time to go. You were that first-round draft pick, and there's been moments.
Yes,
Ed Oliver has played awesome this year on the interior. This is a game that Gregory Rousseau has to be a dominant force and begin a back 4 or 5 game stretch of this season where he becomes a pinnacle player for their defense. Every week, people have gotten after the tackles for Kansas City, and you can only help so many of them in so many different snaps. If Greg Rousseau goes out and is the best player on Buffalo's defense, they win this game.
Okay, circle him and see if that ends up happening. RC, the other side of the ball, where does the Chiefs' defense need to try to improve to really slow down Josh Allen and the Bills?
First off, can they start faster? Boogie, I mean, you look at the last 2 weeks, you give up 14 points right away to the Las Vegas Raiders, and you do the same exact thing with the Green Bay Packers. And there's an underrated loss for this team in the last game, and that's safety, second-year safety Brian Cook. I worked with him this offseason, and I think that he's an absolute genius. The way that he can help guys line up. And if you look at this team after his loss last week, there were coverage busts. And I also didn't feel like Justin Reed was able to move around and be that chess piece that was able to disrupt as we've seen throughout the year. And so I think what Mike Edwards is able to do and Brian Cook's stand, and also how Steve Spagnuolo finds a way to start this game hot against Josh Allen, who to me has been the best player in the league over the last 2 games since Joe Brady has taken over as the play caller.
Yeah, I like that, RC. And Dan, I'm glad you brought up Gregory Rousseau on the other side. This is a D-line game for Kansas City. This is about the guys up front. And not only getting after Josh Allen, but you want to put the lights out on the run game. And then you want to rush smart and make sure that you're rushing aggressively, and let Chris Jones be the free guy. Let him do his thing. And the other 3, while working towards the quarterback, they have to cover for each other. Y'all know how I talk about this all the time. This is a basketball game for the Kansas City Chiefs front. With how you need to not only contain Josh with his legs, which he can devastate you with, but also try to take his time away from pushing the ball downfield. We know that they want to be explosive. We know that they watched this game last week against Green Bay, where Green Bay had success with one-on-one matchups. Green Bay had success in the interior of the line of scrimmage, running with A.J. Dillon as well. So when I look at the Kansas City Chiefs defense, and we talked about how good they've been all season long, well, here's one of these quarterbacks that's going to challenge the hell out of you in every phase. He's going to challenge your discipline. He's going to challenge your physicality, and he's going to challenge your ability to get him off his timing and how he wants to push the ball down the field. The answer is the defensive front for Kansas City to win this game. Because with the way that Josh is playing, absent a mistake or two, he can win this game based on Kansas City offense and how abysmal they've been in this season.
Yeah, I mean, one thing to keep in mind, you mentioned those mistakes. Josh Allen has thrown an interception in 8 straight games. That's the longest streak by any quarterback in a season since 2018, and that was Case Keenum.